Well, there I am, dead as a doornail. Not the most flattering angle, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. That sorry sack of flesh down there? Yeah, that used to be me. Last thing I remember from my so-called living days. Pretty, isn't it? Since that same day, I've been playing dress-up in other people's skins. No idea why. No idea who's pulling the strings. The gods, a divine source, ETs, or some bored cosmic prankster? Whoever it is, they've got one hell of a sense of humor. So here I am, hopping from body to body like some twisted version of musical chairs. Why? Who knows? But hey, it beats staying dead. Besides, someone's got to keep this circus called life running smoothly, right? Well, this is certainly new. Mud, explosions, and... Oh, is that a bullet whizzing by? Wow, perfect. So, let's see. Who am I this time? I swear if I wasn't already dead, this job would probably kill me. But here we are, so let's figure this out before this body ends up dead. I'm a soldier, obviously, but what am I doing here? More importantly, how do I get out of here alive?
Anderson, you finally woke up. Thought we'd lost you for good. You took quite a knockback there. Can you still fight?
I guess. My hands are shaking like I've just had 10 cups of coffee. One eye's giving me the world in blur of vision, and I'm pretty sure I'm moving at the speed of molasses.
We're cut off from the main unit, and the enemy's pushing hard. We need to hold this position until we get new orders, or we're all dead.
Sarge, we can't hold out here. The enemy's closing in, and Anderson's our best shot at getting that message through. He knows the terrain, and he's the fastest we've got.
Anderson, you up for it? We need to get this message to HQ, or we're all done for.
What's the message, Sergeant? What's so important? I asked, not entirely confident about how I'm supposed to handle this. After all, I'm already dead. But hey, no pressure, right? Just gotta save everyone and keep Anderson breathing. Should be a walk in the park, if that park was on fire and filled with angry bears.
The coordinates for an artillery strike. If we don't get this to HQ, our boys on the front line are sitting ducks. You're our best runner, Anderson. Can you do it?
Yes, sir. Just tell me where to go, I said with a grin. No pressure, right?
Good man. Take this map and the coordinates. Follow the riverbed east. Keep your head down. And don't stop for anything. We're counting on you, Anderson.
Whew, okay. Something tells me this mission is going to need a little extra assistance. Time to see if my divine connections are still in good working order. Oh, fantastic. This is the riverbed the sergeant wants me to follow? Sure, why not? Looks like the perfect spot for an impromptu swim, minus the water and with all the added danger. Honestly, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, I've already died once, so what's a little more peril, right? Just a regular day in the life of Victor, dodging bullets, navigating treacherous terrain, and somehow trying not to end up as ghost toast again. I should have asked for hazard pay, assuming the afterlife has a payroll department. Whoever's running the show up there, now's your big moment to shine, because I'm gonna need a miracle to get through this. All right, deep breath. Let's not die again today! Immediately realizing that I sounded more like a scared chicken than a heroic warrior. Great pep talk, Victor. Really inspiring. Crouching low in the thick bushes, I strained my ears to catch the distant murmurs of conversation. The words were foreign, unintelligible to me, but the tone was unmistakable. These weren't friendly voices. Both sides of the narrow, overgrown path were teeming with danger, and here I was, stuck smack dab in the middle of it. The path ahead was the only way through, but it was more like a gauntlet than a getaway. I could practically feel the tension in the air, like a coiled spring ready to snap. This was no place for a casual stroll, not unless I had a death wish, which, let's be honest, would be redundant at this point. All right, Victor, I muttered under my breath. You've gotten out of tight spots before, but this one's gonna need more than just quick thinking. If there's a higher power listening, now would be a great time to pull a rabbit out of the hat. I took a deep breath, every nerve on edge as I prepared to make my move. It wasn't going to be easy, but I'd been in worse situations. Probably. Just as I was about to step forward, something bizarre happened. No, scratch that. Something downright insane. The whole scene around me suddenly shifted, like someone flipped a cosmic switch. The tranquil forest path morphed into a full-blown battlefield. Dust and debris swirled through the air, explosions echoing in the distance. I froze, eyes wide, and let out a nervous chuckle. Well, that's one way to answer a prayer. I couldn't help but marvel at the absurdity of it all. So, this is what divine intervention looks like? A front row seat to Armageddon. Could have at least thrown in a white horse or something. But there was no time to dwell on the irony. If this was the kind of help I was getting, I'd better make the most of it. I steeled myself, ready to move through the chaos, with only one thought in my mind. All right, Victor, focus on the objective. James, your body and mission are in my hands for now, and I promise I won't let you down.
Anderson, what took you so long? Never mind, just give me the message.
I couldn't quite wrap my head around why he was expecting me, or anyone, to deliver this message in person. I mean, come on, they had radio signals back in World War II. You'd think they'd just send the coordinates that way instead of making me take the scenic route through hell. Unless, of course, this message was top secret, in which case, I hope it was worth the detour.
Good work, soldier. You may have just saved us all, and now get yourself cleaned up and report back to your unit. But before you go, how in the hell did you pull this off?
Instinct and goodwill, I guess, I said. That, and a little help from some very imaginative unknown force with a flair for the dramatic.
Whatever it was, it made all the difference. You've done something remarkable today, son. Thank you for your service. Truly.
War. It's never really about heroes, is it? Sure, we put faces on posters, hand out medals, and write stories about the brave souls who made it through the fire. But the truth? It's in the little things, the small, often unseen victories that inch us closer to the end of the madness. Anderson probably never made it into any history books. Never had a medal pinned to his chest, at least not that I've heard of. But what he did, with or without a little nudge from me or some divine intervention, it mattered. It's the tiny gears, the overlooked cogs, that keep the whole machine from falling apart. One message delivered, one set of coordinates reaching the right hands, and a few lives spared. In the grand scheme of things, it might not seem like much, but sometimes it's those little things that tip the scales. And let's be honest, war's never really good for anyone, except maybe the folks selling the bullets. But for the rest of us, it's just a long, drawn-out exercise in loss, all in some brutal balancing act that leaves everyone a little emptier at the end.